The phone rang 71 times. 71. I watched the screen blink in muted insistence, each pulse like a heartbeat I no longer felt. Her voice shrill, demanding, absurd flooded my ears. If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes. I didn't move. I didn't answer. I let it scream into the void, letting her words curl and choke in the air. Silence was better. Silence could be sharper than any scream. Outside, the wind stirred the leaves against the driveway. I traced the dents in the fender of the car my daughter had cherished, the car they said couldn't be replaced. My wife's sister had borrowed it, crashed it, and then called the cops on my daughter. My wife had lied to protect her. I didn't shout. I didn't cry. I smiled a small, cold line and waited. It was never just the car. I remembered the subtle betrayals, the way my wife's eyes flickered when I mentioned the accident, the tiny smirk of her sister when she thought no one was looking. A lie piled upon another. A fortress of deceit they built around themselves, thinking I would never notice. The betrayal ran deeper. My daughter's trust shattered on impact, along with the hood of that car. And my wife, her complicity, was a knife sliding along bone. Not a word to the police, not a single apology. Just protection for her blood, for the greedy girl she called family. I paced the villa quietly, letting my thoughts twist and curl. Anger simmered beneath calm lips. Rage, yes, but precise. Strategic. This was not chaos. It was the beginning of control. I watched them. Closely. I let the calls go to voicemail. I let the messages pile. I watched their lives through careful observation. Every purchase, every social post, every small bragging photo became a thread. I traced the sister's debts, her lies about rent, her borrowed objects. I recorded conversations, noted inconsistencies. I learned the patterns of their comfort. I ordered a GPS tracker for her car. I traced emails and receipts. I let them think they were untouchable, free to revel in their lies. Inside, I was calculating. Every step, a piece of chess. I imagined their panic when the truth would surface. I pictured the shiver that would travel down their spines. And I waited. Patience was the cruelest weapon. The results arrived silently. The bills, the GPS logs, the photos, each a nail hammered into their pretense. Evidence that wasn't just indisputable, it was undeniable. I called my wife. She answered on the first ring. "We need to talk," I said. She laughed. Nervously. About what? I held the printout in my hand. I let the silence stretch. "You remember the accident?" I asked. Calm. Detached. Her eyes flickered. Something cracked. I didn't let her finish. I slid the papers across the marble counter. GPS timestamps. Photos. Voicemails. Lies and lies and lies. She swallowed. Her sister's face in the photograph's pride turned to horror, laughter frozen into panic. I didn't speak again. 3 days later, I sent the photos. The GPS routes. Every lie, every fraud, every indulgent theft, all laid bare. Their phones lit up like fireflies in panic. I watched through the villa's security cameras as they read, as the color drained from their faces, as reality collided with their illusions. I did not gloat. I did not call. I did not explain. My silence was the punishment. And then, the final stroke, a photo of my villa in Switzerland. Luxury etched into every frame. My daughter smiling behind the railings, untouched, safe. I sent it to them. Nothing else. Just clarity. Just the evidence of what they would never have. 71 unanswered calls later, they understood. I watched the wind shake the last leaves off the driveway tree. The car was gone, replaced. My daughter was fine. My family intact. They were broken. Not destroyed by force, but by knowledge, by truth. I felt nothing but the cool detachment of finality. The storm inside had subsided, leaving only clarity. Some people crumble under lies. Some survive quietly and let the weight of truth fall on others. I poured a glass of whiskey, tasted the cold burn, and let it linger. They would remember forever. And I walked away, untouched.